Hey, we're back, everybody. Timothy here with Manorox. We're jumping into another Chaos draft. This is technically my fourth one, but only the third one I'm going to post because I recorded the whole last one with the sound off, which kind of sucks. Thankfully, we get to start out with a bomb this time. Captain of the Watch, 6 mana, 3/3 with Vigilance, makes 3 soldiers, 1/1 soldiers when it comes into play, and your other soldiers get +1/+1 in Vigilance. So you're talking about, what, 9 power and toughness worth of stats for 6 mana. You should have seen this deck I played against. I wish I could post it somehow, but the sound's not there. Ooh, Captain's Call. I hope that wheels. Captain's Watch. Captain's Call. Get it? I played against an opponent who had Hangerback Walker, Nomad's Assembly, Priest of Forgotten Ways. They had this really sick Aristocrats deck, and they destroyed me with it. I went 2-1 in my previous draft that I didn't get to fully record. Well, it's fully recorded, just no sound, but yeah, their deck was awesome. It's the type of stuff you dream of when you do these Chaos drafts. Come on, don't lag out on me now. So, following up, it looks like we've got Shadows over Innistrad. It looks like we're running a little slow today, too. So, hopefully it doesn't do this the whole time. It's kind of annoying. Alright, just looking through real quick. Creatures you control get +2/+1. That was pretty bad in the format. Hinterland Logger's okay. It's a 2-mana 2/1 that transforms into a 4/2 if card view. Card view normally fixes the blank art. Oh, we just straight up have blank art? Okay. Anyway, I have to make a pick. I've got basically bounce all creatures to their owner's hands, which could be good. I'm probably going to take Geist Blast here. It's just a 3-mana shock. The second part doesn't matter too much, lets you copy instants and sorceries. Stitch Mangler is also pretty good, though. 2/3 that taps an opponent's creature, so kind of Chillbringer type creature. Not really a white card I wanted there. Some pretty bad vanilla white creatures. But yeah. This is going to have to pick up pace a little bit. Oh, this is going to be so bad if the art just doesn't load in every pack. Nice. Modern Masters 2. Couple good ones here. There's Glinthawk Idol. It's a 2-mana artifact, and whenever another artifact hits the board, it becomes a 2/2 bird until end of turn. You can also pay a white mana to make it a 2/2 bird. Pretty aggressive card. The more artifacts you have, obviously, the better. Thrumming Bird's a bit of a combo card. Could work with some stuff, but not really what we want here. Might take Sunlance, and Rootkin Ally does go pretty well with the Captain of the Watch plan. Make some tokens, get some big things on board. Probably just going to take Sunlance, though. 3 damage to target non-white creature at sorcery speed. You main deck it and you board it out against white, but it's going to be good against a lot of things. We might wheel something out of this pack depending on what colors we end up going. Sylvan Bounty here as well. We know we want to play this card, but I could drop the Stitch Mangler here if another color is open. Devastating Summons is a red. You sack X lands in order to cast it, and you make 2 XXs. So 1 red, sack 3 lands, make 2 3/3s. Has a lot of potential, but it's a little bit on the risky side, right? Super sweet card. This pack also has Ulamog's Crusher, Kozilek's Predator. I was going to say, is this Modern Masters 2 again? But no, this is straight up Rise of the Eldrazi. Choose any... yeah, no, that card sucks. Don't really care for Phantoms, especially ones with Defender. Basically, every Totem Armor is good, even the ones that don't really give a significant boost. I'm going to take Kozilek's Predator, though. 4 mana 3/3, when it comes into play, you get 2 0/1s that you can sack for mana. And kind of be on this token plan here. Does make me wish I had taken the Rootkin Ally. Oh god, white border. Get it, make it stop. Straight up Plague Wind in this pack. Destroy all your opponent's creatures for 9 mana. Serpent Warrior. 3 mana 3/3, you lose 3 life when it comes into play. There's Counterspell, or Essence Scatter, as we know this card now. Fear. I wonder what that does. 3 mana, +3/+3, and flying. Treetop Bracers, 1/1. Can't be bought. Spineless Thug. 2 mana, 2/2, can't block, and then Blanchwood Armor. We know Blanchwood Armor. Oh, it was uncommon. Good to know. I'm tempted to just take Plague Wind, especially having picked up Kozilek's Predator. Could ramp into a Plague Wind. Could also take Remove Soul, which is a good control card. Look, man, I'm going to take the 9 mana, destroy all my opponent's creatures. Another Modern Masters, first Modern Masters here. Couple okay cards here. Amorous Seeker is essentially Intimidate. 3 mana, 2/2 Intimidate. It's a rebel, which mattered for the set, but for our purposes, being a rebel doesn't matter so much, so this card takes a little bit of a knock. There is Moldavine Cloak, which is 3 mana enchantment, gives +3/+3. So, Oaken Form. Or not Oaken Form, is that right? Yeah, Oaken Form. And then it has Dredge too, so anytime this is in your graveyard and you would draw a card, you can mill yourself for 2 and get the Cloak back instead of drawing that card. Spirit, Arcane, Tribal stuff. Echo and Courage is okay in token decks, but I'm going to take Moldavine Cloak. And I'm not, forcing myself to take Plague Wind. There was basically nothing else in that pack anyway. Alright, Southern Growth has some potential, but it needs a target, right? The rest of this pack, I would take probably Druid's Deliverance over in Southern Growth. This is a fog that I would actually consider playing. Might just end up taking one of the Guild Gates here. There are 3 Guild Gates in this pack. Sprout and Thrinax is also kind of cool, but it's really off color here. I guess red. We have a blue card right now, so maybe I'm supposed to take Simic Guild Gate, but red tends to have things that take advantage of whatchamacallits tokens a lot more. I guess I should also maybe look for soldiers if that matters. Theros, my baby set. Voyage Sitter is a nice one. Just 2 mana ramp creature, untap a land, tap it to untap a land. Nothing else in this pack I'm super interested in. I don't hate Chosen by Heliod. It's an aura that gives +0/+2 and you draw a card. It's a lot better in that set. Minotaur Skull Cleaver is a nice aggressive card. Ooh, Flinthoof Boar. Huh. This makes me wish I'd taken the Gruul Guildgate, but there's also Prey Upon in this pack. Can't go wrong with that. I am going to need a lot more creatures, but Prey Upon works pretty nicely with Moldavine Cloak. It's okay with Predator and Captain of the Watch. And Flinthoof Boar is really only good if you're green-red. And following that up, so this is the 0/4 that becomes 3/4 if you have 4 more different card types in your graveyard. Epitaph Golem, not really a card I'm interested in. Don't care for Ethereal Guidance. +1/+0 for each equipment. Take Watcher in the Web here. Very flavorful card, right? Can block an additional 7 creatures each combat. I feel like Spiders should just have that text. But for the most part, it's 5 mana, 2/5 reach, which is under the bar, I think. Alright, I'm going to take Sylvan Bounty here. Sylvan Bounty helps us splash if we end up doing that because of Land Cycling. So Plague Wind's not out of the picture here. Neither is Stitched Mangler because of the Simic Guildgate and the Sylvan Bounty. Matka Rioters cares about how many different basic land types you have, so right now I'm looking to be basically green-white. Alright, Devastating Summons is fine. It's kind of an all-in card here. Take Lava Axe over Seethen Song. Nah, take Seethen Song. And don't really care what we end up playing here. Return target arcane card from your graveyard to your hand. Nope, no arcane. Doesn't matter. This is, no. One of these, I think it's Desperate Ritual is arcane. Keep an eye out for Devastating Summons too. These are all maybes. If we get enough splash in or we end up shifting colors here. But they're just maybes. I would say that pack went decent. Druid's Deliverance will be a lot better if I end up with more token generation. Right now I only have 2 token generators. Devastating Summons. Alright, don't like Form of the Dinosaur. Never really cared for that one. Mono Craven's really nice, as is Luminous Bonds, and there's also Evolving Wilds and Traveler's Amulet, so I'm hoping one of those wheels, because I'll almost always play those in the deck. But I'm just going to take Luminous Bonds. Good removal is good in these Chaos drafts. And this is Rivals, right? Not regular Ixalan? Yeah. This pack's really good. If this was a straight-up Rivals pack, there'd be some real options here. Maybe Chaos Draft is where I go for Legion Conquistador. Psych, Luminous Bonds it is. Couple enchantments already too. We already have 3 removal spells, which is more than I usually end up in these drafts. Prey Upon's a little situational. And Sunlance is also very situational, but Luminous Bonds is good. The new Pacifism that we get. Pacifism apparently deemed too strong for limited, so we get Luminous Bonds as our go-to removal spell now. Oh, Worldbreaker, huh? Worldbreaker is sweet. So 7 mana, 5/7. When you cast it, you exile an artifact, enchantment, or land. It has reach, and you can pay you know, some colorless mana and stuff to get it back. That's a nice little top-end card. There's also Oblivion Strike and Birthing Hulk, which is, well, I mean, Birthing Hulk is good. It works with basically any token generation stuff we have, which we don't really still have a payoff for playing tokens. I think World Breaker is just going to be good here. Look for some ramp. I don't think Birthing Hulk is going to wheel, but Loam Larva seems like it'd be decent on the wheel. Boulder Salvo is also pretty good. I wouldn't mind Holdout Settlement. Oblivion Strike's not going to wheel. Boulder Salvo is not going to wheel. And I doubt Birthing Hulk will wheel. But I would consider Loam Larva here. World Breaker is just a nice top-end creature to have. Don't really have to worry too much about any more top-end here. Got some finishers. Looking for the middle to late games, or middle to early game stuff. More ramp would be nice. Gore Vassal is one of the most confusing cards I've ever seen. This guy gains you 5 life whenever an artifact hits the graveyard. Ooh, Blister 6 Shaman's good. Spread the Sickness, also pretty good. 5 mana, kill a creature. Lumen Grid Gargoyle could be fine. Tine Strike. I don't think you should take Infect creatures. Destroy target artifact. Stop Karen. Mercire is cool, I guess, if you get Sacrifice Outlets. It basically replaces itself when it dies. Take Spread the Sickness here. Look to splash. This is just 5 mana to kill a creature. Proliferate probably won't matter. It's either that or the 6 mana 4/4 flyer, which I think would be fine. Maybe we take this. Don't worry about splashing. We've got some removal already. Splashing 5 mana removal is fine, I guess, but not necessary, right? I'm freezing up bad here. Freezing up bad. Beast of Burden. Power and toughness, each equal to the number of creatures on the battlefield, and that's it. It's a vanilla otherwise. Gang of Elk. Whenever it becomes blocked, gets +2/+2 for each blocker. This is Rampage 1. This is really good in tribal decks, but I don't think it's going to pan out here. Whenever a spell is cast, draw a card. Crop Rotation could be another way to splash here. Frantic Search is kind of cool. Pinger Fairy. I think Crop Rotation's fine. I don't have any special lands to really get. So 5 mana 4/4 pro artifacts. Nothing I'm super excited about there. Quicksilver Elemental 3/4 gains all activated abilities of target creature. Spend blue mana as though it were mana of any color to use activated abilities. Alright, that's weird. Brown Wolfie. Counter target activated ability from an artifact source. Here's an Ancient Den, which I don't think actually does anything special. Turn to Dust and Weldon Jar, also cards we're not super interested in. Don't think we have any real artifact synergy here, so I don't know that I need Ancient Den for any reason. But I don't think I'm playing any of these artifact-specific cards. This thing cares about being equipped, otherwise it's a 2 mana 1/3. Relic Bane. This seems, really good in an artifact-based set. Alright, we'll put that off on the side. Lord of Atlantis. Time Spiral. Basalt Gargoyle. +0/+1 until end of turn. Reverse Fire Breathing. Molder's another artifact thing, right? Yeah, Venser Sliver. 5 mana 3/3. Ugh. Nothing really great for us here. I like Fool's Demise. There's also Eternity Snare. It's kind of really expensive removal. Basically, whatever we're taking out of this pack, we're not really going to play. This card's neat as well, but not very good. Nothing really sticks out to me here. Take a sideboard card. Alright, Seer and Meditation requires you to gain life for it to be relevant. Sandsower's nice. Sandsower lets you tap 3 untapped creatures to tap a creature, so it does work with the token generation stuff, which again, we don't have a lot of. Dogpile is okay as well. Deals damage to a creature equal to the number of attacking creatures you control. Elvish Skysweeper's 1 mana 1/1 that you can sack later on to kill a creature. And then Gather Courage, 1 mana, Convoke, +2/+2. Galvanic Arc is very good. Enchants a creature and then it bolts something. I'm still just going to take Sandsower here. Would like a few more token generators. 2 damage to each white creature and each player who controls a white creature. Wow, that's hateful. Stormcrow! Oh my god. Shatter, this is just a bunch of bad cards. Mind Rot's playable. Holy Strength, no. And then Fog. Sure, we'll take Disorder. Alright, Traveler's Amulet came back, so that opens up, opportunity to actually play like Plague Wind or something along those lines. Maybe Disorder out of the sideboard, Devastating Summons. I'm going to take that over Aggressive Urge, which would be fine as well. None of the cards we said were going to wheel, or weren't going to wheel, in fact, did not wheel, so yes, not playing any of these. They all require colorless mana to work, so none of them are that good. Just vanilla 2/2s, basically. Could be... yes, could be good against artifact decks. Fortunately, we're not filling out this. Alright, I'll play a 5-mana 4/4. That seems okay. 5-mana 4/4 with very minor upside. 5-mana 1/2. When it dies, target opponent puts a card from their hand on top of their library. And we're not playing anything here. We've got a lot of artifact hate. Bunch of Mirrodin stuff floating around. Plunder. I think I am going to jam this Plague Wind in here. You can't stop me. And Rally the Righteous. It's expected. Alright, we're going to need to hit a lot of playables in this last pack. We've got some good late game. Kaya's Wrath. What is this? What is this? Shark to Crab? Kaya's Wrath. Another Plague Wind plus Kaya's Wrath, huh? Shark to Crab, I'm probably going to take and play. Kaya's Wrath is double black, as is Plague Wind. Nah, get in here with Shark to Crab. This card's good. We can play it pretty easily, I think, with Simic Guildgate plus Traveler's Amulet and, where is it? Sylvan Bounty? Do I have other ways to put counters on it right now? I don't think so. Crop Rotation also a consideration here. Might have to fill out the rest of our deck with some of these pretty bad cards. Alright, Lotleth Troll's nice. But not really a black card I'm looking to splash. Call the Conclave. That's pretty good. Just makes a 3/3. 2-mana 3/3 essentially. Outside of that, there's Urban Burgeonin, which is pretty bad. Codex Shredder, which is pretty bad. Ye Old Pegasus, Courser's Concord, which is 6 mana to make 2 3/3s, basically. I'm going to take Call the Conclave. It's a nice early drop. Ooze Garden, 2 mana, sack a non-ooze creature, create an XX green ooze, where X is the sacrifice creature's power. Activate only anytime you cast sorcery. So let's you sack a creature to make an equal-sized creature. It's good against a lot of removal. Ooh, Steward of Valoron is nice. Mastodon. Target creature power 5 or greater gains trample. Resounding Roar, +3/+3 or +6 if it's cycled for 8 mana. And then Behemoth's Herald lets you fetch up Godsire, which I don't think we're getting Godsire, but this is perfect, right? 2 mana 2/2 ramp creature, already something we're interested in, and then Vigilance on top of it seems pretty good. Tainted Remedy, Sigil of Valor would be nice if we picked up more token stuff, but we didn't. Leaf Gilder. I do like Leaf Gilder. It's basically a easier to cast Steward of Valoron for the purposes of our deck. Also some other playables we can consider here. Aromancer, since we've got a couple enchantments. Even Battle Priest I don't care for. I remember Grasp of the Hieromancer being decent, and Alchemist Vial is a playable card. Hitchclaw Recluse is fine, and then Guardian Automaton. Don't love it, but we would play it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 cards that could wheel out of this pack. Maybe even the Sigil, but we're going to take the ramp creature again. That gives us 3 ramp creatures between Voyage Insator, Steward, and Leaf Gilder, so playing another big creature like Fengren Marauder wouldn't even be the worst thing in the world. We're probably going to play Shark to Crab, maybe not playing Plague Wind. Might be a little ambitious. We need a couple more playables here, but it looks like we might wheel some stuff as well. 3/4 Reach for 4 is fine. Gilt Leaf Seer lets you kind of fiddle with the top cards of your library. Ugh. Vine Breeder, Exile, and Elf. Stopped caring. Whenever a player casts a Kithkin. Alright, Wanderer's Twig. This is basically the same thing as Traveler's Amulet, right? Ugh. Prowess of the Fair is a sweet card, but you have to be elves. Also Ether Snipe, which is great. Would not mind this, but I'm going to take Wanderer's Twig. I think it's exactly the same as Traveler's Amulet. 1 mana to play, 1 mana to sack. Traveler's Amulet might be 2 to sack. Ooh, Ancient Silverback. I like that. This is M15, I believe. Yep, because this was, I believe, the first time Ancient Silverback was a uncommon. It used to be a rare way back in the day. Bronze Sable. Frostlynx is very nice. There's also Naturalize and just a bear, literal bear, but we're going to take Silverback. Crosswinds. Creatures with flying get -2/-0. Hush. Destroy all enchantments. Venomous Fangs. When it deals combat damage to a creature, destroy the other creature. Okay. Carry on, Beetles. Bog Raiders. Veiled Sentry. Whenever opponent casts a spell, if it's an enchantment, it becomes an illusion with power and toughness equal to that spell's converted mana cost. Sandbar Serpent. Oh, I remember this card. Could play that. It has Cycling. And then Wild Dogs. Beginning of your upkeep, your player's more life than each other player. Still just going to take the sideboard card. That could shut down some decks. Baskin Rootwalla. Also Krosan Constrictor. Hoses Black Creatures. Cabal Ritual. Alright, some good cards here. Probably just going to take Rootwall. I don't really have ways to discard it for value, but it's just a fine creature to play early on. Sickening Dreams. Deals X damage to each creature and each player, but equal to the number of cards you discard. And each player, not even just an opponent. Do I want this Constrictor? Constrictor seems okay. I'm going to take the Rootwalla. Nope, I guess Traveler's thing is exactly the same. Could play Knight of Sorrows or Mammoth Spider here. Or Imperious Oligarch. Or Rendharn. I think I want Rendharn over Spider. And I want both of those over Knight of Sorrows. So just take like 5 mana 5/5. Lotleth Troll for sure here. There's also Rootborn Defenses. Gives all your creatures indestructible and then you populate. We don't have a lot of tokens, right? We've got 1, 2, and those tokens aren't even that great. 3. Yeah, I'm going to take Lotleth Troll. Haven't picked up Twig plus Traveler's Amulet. I have plenty of mana fixin'. 2 mana +3/+3 actually seems okay. And we don't want a 1 mana 1/1. Alright, we've got playables. I'm going to probably put a lot of basics in my deck and make my deck worse. Also got Disorder, which is going to be really good against some people. So with Twig plus Amulet, we can, I think, make things work pretty easily as far as finding whatever colors we need. So we could easily play like Plague Wind. Alright, Hitchclaw Recluse, 15 creatures, Vile Cantrips, and kind of tinkers with combat. Just going to take Recluse. Put another creature in the deck. Guiltleaf Seer. This card is okay. Blast Firebolt. 6 mana, I believe it deals 5 and destroys all equipment attached to the creature. And then, yeah, this gives Death Touch. Also, Derpy Snake. He's like, hey, guys. Alright, let's figure out what we're not playing first. I kind of like all of the expensive stuff. Maybe one of these 5-drops can go. Go, stop. Alright, you done? You done with that? Okay. So, for instance, Watcher on the Web can come out here until I'm against flyer decks where it'll be good. Keeping Shark to Crab for sure. If I put that on the side, then I could play or cut a couple things. I don't think I need Crop Rotation. Sunlance is good. Resounding Roar. So you can pay 8 mana to draw a card and give +3/+3. That's a lot. But 2 mana +3/+3 is already kind of fine. Don't really love Guiltleaf Seer. Don't need Lotleth Troll either, but Lotleth Troll is kind of good. Splash black for a Plague Wind. Alright, let's cut Lotleth. Sylvan Bounty we're going to put in the 2-drop slot because we're going to basic land cycle it most of the time. Don't really need Gilt-Leaf Seer either. And I'm tempted to just cut Resounding Roar here. I think I like both the Twig and the Amulet. I wonder if I'm supposed to just run 16 lands, because I have Twig, Amulet to find lands, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 ways to ramp mana. Wait, yeah, 4 ways to ramp mana here. It's a little bit on the risky side, especially when I have a 9-drop, a 7-drop, and 3 6-drop, so I do need to find my lands. Alright, let's cut this guy. We can bring it in against artifact creatures and it'll be playable, I suppose, but I think I'm going to run this here. I have a lot of sideboard against flyers, equipment, and specifically white cards. Or not equipment, artifacts, flyers, and white cards. So, there's a lot of weird stuff going on. Oh, I could also play Stitch Mangler, which is pretty good. Don't need to play Stitched Mangler. Alright, nah, I'm not going to play Stitched Mangler here. Shark Crab will be my only blue. So, sort by color. I've got 1 blue card and 1 black card. And I need 2 swamps and probably an island, and then the rest will be green-white split. But I think with the 2 artifacts there, I'll be fine. So, I don't see any reason to play Ancient Den. Ancient Den plus Marauder plus Crop Rotation. It's kind of a combo, right? You gain X life. Yeah, we have a lot of sideboard against artifacts and enchantments. So 1 island, 2 swamp. So 14, 15, 16, 17. Playing the island so that I can fetch it up with the Twig and the Traveler's Amulet. Gives me exactly 2 swamps though. So Plague Wind's a little bit of a stretch. I could see not playing Plague Wind here. Alright. Alright. I have so much ramp though. I have so much ramp. I'm just wondering if I play Stitch Mangler and maybe another island. And then cut Plague Wind. That's probably the smart thing to do. Alright. Alright, I've convinced myself not to go overboard here. So let's get Plague Wind out and just put another card in. Put Stitched Mangler in. Add another Plains and another island. Cool. So this gives us just natural green sources. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12. And then blue doesn't matter too much, but it's 5. White is 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 6 white cards. Yeah, this seems fine. This seems fine. Alright, let's run it. I'll see y'all in match 1. Alright, match 1 up. Thanks for joining us in this Chaos Draft. I like this hand. It doesn't have any creatures. Opponent's mulling to 6 on the play. I do have all my colors, which is nice. I have a grand old Twig to play here. And, of course, Sunlance. They would play Plains. Hey, maybe they'll play a bunch of black creatures, though, or something. Pretty easy Guildgate and pass. Hopefully they're not straight up mono white, and Sunlance is decent. I didn't check to see what my opponent's playing. Adanto Vanguard, alright. We'll go ahead and Luminous Bonds that next turn. Can't Sunlance it. Oh, Steward was a great draw. If you hear my roommate, he's playing Apex behind me, and something happened. I think he died, so if you hear excessive yelling, that's a him. Go and take my hit for 3. Good old Vanguard. And pass. Alright, so we can play Twig plus Luminous Bonds this turn. Could also run out Sandsower. None of these things block Adanto Vanguard very well. So I think I'm just going to go Luminous Bonds here. And this guy has Vigilance, so we can jam. I believe I had Adanto Vanguard in my first draft. Alright, Twig it up. Not sure exactly what we're fetching. Probably using the Twig as a Mana filter. And with the Plague Wind out of my deck, I think I'm supposed to play, wow, him. Ugh. Whatever. It got the one card that didn't matter and a land, which also doesn't matter. Wish I had a mana I could sack a twig in response. Rootwalla. Alright, OP. Let's see how it's going to be, opponent. Why is this popping up? Go away. I'm aware. I can record the game. Alright, Sunlance going to have to be relevant in this game, I think. I am going to crack this now, and the reason is I don't want to give away any information about what's in my hand, so I'm just going to play the land I get there, cast a Rootwalla on pass. Gonna need to draw something here. That Hymn to Turok got our two most relevant cards. Not that Sandsower was going to be great, but Resounding Roar was probably going to be fine. I should probably actually run a red source in my deck, too, for the cycling on this card. +6/+6 out of nowhere could be big deal. Luminous Bonds as well, huh? Okay. Is that going to pop up every time someone casts a spell? Because that's annoying. Alright, get in there, Steward. Be great to go ahead and draw one of our big creatures here. I'm going to play Leaf Gilder. We've got all the mana we need. World Breaker would be awesome because it can pop Luminous Bonds or just pop like a black source or something. And I think Sunlance is going to have to be relevant. Deadly Visit, kill my guy. Alright, not too big of a deal. My opponents played Adanto Vanguard, Luminous Bonds, Deadly Visit, which are all very recent cards, and then Hymn to Turok. They ditched both cards here. Pestilent Cathari. They didn't want to draw that. Oh no, they kept the other one on top. Yeah, so they know what they're drawing next turn. Let me get Ancient Silverback here. Forest. Alright, well, could very likely just lose to Flood here at this point. We don't have a lot of pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they're at 12, but we have a card in our hand that's not very likely to do very much, especially if they tap out for like a 6-drop. Could just be a white creature that doesn't even do anything, or a non-white creature that's too big. Tragic Slip, Leaf Gilder, okay. Opponent on removal, and we're going to sit here and ship the turn. I think I'm going to cut the twig or something. Alright, Cabal Paladin is Sunlanceable. Jeez. Go and play that. Crack it now. Filter the deck a little bit. Play Forest. Sunlance this thing. Pass the turn. We need to draw one of our big guys, please. Oh my god. Opponent's racking up spells in their hand. We're drawing all lands. Stitched Mangler. Guess we'll run it out. So far, I haven't seen any creatures that really worry me from the opponent. Just him, 2 removal spells. Seems every time I click that, this pops up, which is weird. Alright, Hitchcall Recluse is something to add to the board, I suppose. Read this again. Death Touch, Flying, first strike until end of turn. Alright, so 3 mana, trade with anything, I guess. Go and play Stitchy Boy, get some damage in, and run out Hitchcall Recluse. Also a card people should be familiar with from Guilds of Ravnica. Granted, this is the first iteration. Wonder if my opponent has more removal and they just don't want to blow it on my little guys here. That's what it feels like. Blessed Light. Jeez, my opponent got all of the recent packs. It's going to be hard to beat. They've got a lot of removal. Wait, why'd they use that on Hitchcall Recluse? They must have a flyer or something. We have drawn 10 lands, guys, and both the Traveler's Amulet and the Twig. Gonna get some flash creature. Next snap too. Holy crap, opponent. Jeez. So far they've only shown us a couple cards that can kill the Silverback though. No, Encyclopedia is so bad for me. I need to draw like World Breaker or something here. Jeez. Flood is insane. This is starting to annoy me too. I'm going to just stop clicking whatever pops up in the bottom right corner. Right, Encyclopedia. I'm going to lose at this point to just flood in here. Izumi, Bone Reader. Sack a creature, target player discards a card. Activate this ability only anytime you can cast sorcery. Okay, discard the island. Didn't care about that. This isn't that good against me. I'm going to play basically anything I draw. 8 life or land cycle in. I'm going to land cycle for thin in here. Can't afford to draw a bunch of nonsense. I probably should have grabbed an island there in case I draw Shark to Crab. I can play it and activate it on the same turn. I'm not going to beat my opponent's infinite cards or anything like that. Sandstep Citadel. So splashing green for something? Or that could just be a white-black dual land. Here we go. Here we go. The card we started off with. Now, if they kill Captain of the Watch, the tokens get a lot worse. And our opponent has shown a propensity to take removal spells. So, hopefully this is going to dig us out a little bit. At least give us some sort of board presence. If they kill the Captain, fine, Captain's dead. But we get to leave behind a little bit of a board presence. Alright, Prey Upon, go for that. +2/+2. I think I'm just going to attack with everything. Opponent's going to be playing another Next Snap type card or something like that. I don't see too much of a reason to prey upon this thing. Gotta assume our opponent's on some sort of action though, right? Oh, I thought my opponent didn't block there for a second. I was like, that kills you. Alright, looks like they're going to kill Captain based on this block here. You wouldn't chump a 2/2. Public Execution. Very nice. Alright, glad I didn't go for Prey Upon. So they take no damage. They do lose this thing. Oh no, I shrunk my guy. Jeez, oh my god. My opponent has 6 mana kill a creature, 5 mana kill a creature, 1 mana kill a creature, 5 mana kill a creature, 3 mana kill, 4 mana kill an attacking creature. Regenerate target creature for white, 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 black, black. Wow, that's very tedious. Again, World Breaker or something? I just can never beat this now. Alright, this game has annoyed me to no end. We're going to go ahead and concede and go to the next game. Yeah, that was just ridiculous. Okay, let's cut a land, for sure. And what are we bringing in? Sure, there's a decent number of flyers. So this could be pretty good. It does make me want to board out my flyers, which I think is just the big guy, right? Just the artifact creature. Lumen Grid Gargoyle. I guess this still is decent. This nullifies a good number of the creatures we already saw. Could also bring in Watcher in the Web. Playing this as a 6 mana 2/4 is pretty bad. Do I have ways to deal with them having infinite removal spells? I don't think so. I mean, Lot Withdrawal is pretty good. This dies to Tragic Slip, though. This is probably also decent. Deals 2 damage to each white creature and each player who controls a white creature. Showed us a couple white creatures at the end there. Also just mostly like black removal. Alright, I think I'm going to make this change. Take a land out, which I think I'm supposed to be running 16 in the first place with the double twig, essentially. And then you get hands like this. Can't keep it. It's a little bit better. Unfortunately, all of our good cards were in that open in hand. Alright, I'll keep Kozilek's Predator. And just run out this Crosswinds on turn 2. Watch our opponent hymn us. Would say our opponent had a little bit of luck that last game, but it seems like they're on all good removal spells. Not even bad removal spells. Go and hymn us. Can't stop you. I assume it's going to take the best cards. Don't know why it's waiting. Sure. Couldn't have gotten the Vine Cloak, huh? Had to get the Kozilek's Predator. Best card in my hand again. Sure. Pass. Ravenous Rats. Wow. Discard a card. Alright, discard this Vine Cloak. My opponent's deck is good. They don't have, like... It doesn't seem like they have any filler. They just have all good cards. Which is very annoying. I've got to assume they're on a bunch of removal, too. So I have to draw a land first off to cast my first creature, and then I have to basically hit creature, 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 and hope my opponent doesn't keep up with the removal. Cabal Paladin. Yep, 4/2. Oh, that's going to be annoying. Sure. Pass. Getting hymned when you're on a mold of 5 doesn't, or mold of 6 does not feel good. Primal Clay is going to come down as a 3/3. Okay. Primal Clay can be a 2/2, a 0/6, or a 1/6, or a 3/3. The 2/2 is pretty bad. Okay, gonna go ahead and let this Watcher in the Web eat the first removal spell. Luminous Bond, sure. Taking 4. Now I just need to top deck a bunch more creatures. This Cathari doesn't do anything, which is nice. We gotta keep canceling here. Well, it looks like we're taking an L in match 1 to some nonsense. To just horrendous Flood in game 1, followed by a mulligan and a good Hymn to Turok. Get the white if we draw Captain of the Watch. Desperate Sentry is cool. They have 1 card type in the graveyard, so it's just a 1/2 at the moment. Alright, draw like Worldbreaker or something. Sunlance. That can kill this. That does put an artifact in the graveyard for the opponent, but this will be a 1/2. I'm only taking 2 a turn right now. Territorial Rock, again, is a creature that doesn't really accomplish much with the Crosswinds out. Come on, give me a big boy. Give me something. Anything. God, come on. The fact that I can get out from underneath this and it's just not going to work because I'm drawing blank is really disappointing. Watcher in the Web would be awesome here too. I have enchantment removal in my deck. Oh, yeah, Worldbreaker. Worldbreaker hitting Luminous Bonds here would be really good. Oh my god. Alright, well I have 1 more turn here to draw anything. And it's probably not going to be enough. My opponent's managed either probably not drawing lands, but if we've seen so much removal that basically anything I top deck I think is going to get killed. And I have to top deck right now. Even boarding the land out, I've drawn 8 lands on a mold of 6. Even if I stabilize here, I don't think I'm coming back unless I draw live for the rest of this game. Blessed Light the Watcher. Okay, so that makes Worldbreaker still an out. That's weird. Why would you do that? Oh, right. Alright, well, we lost to nonsense. I don't think we should lose that match. But Hymn to Turok got us. Let's see you in match 2. Alright, we're back with 6 mana sources and a Shark to Crab. Seems good to me, but that last match was very disheartening. Our opponent's creatures were not good. We just drew nothing, and they had a lucky him in turn 1, or match 1, game 1, whatever you want to call it. This is decent. Stitch Mangler on turn 2, or turn 3 is good. Stitch Mangler into Shark to Crab's fine. Opponent on black-green. We're going to go ahead and drop us a Twig and pass. Wondering, like, if I had played Kozilek's Predator last game, how different the game would be. Thriving Rhino, so 3 mana, 3/4 essentially. This is beatable. We're going to tap it down for a turn with the Mangler and then Shark to Crab, so we'll be able to beat it on board. Let's go ahead and get our white. We've already got blue-green here. Get another white source. Alright. Play Stitched Mangler, which has no art. Hope you didn't want to see this card. You know, sometimes people debate about Arena versus Moto. It is inexcusable for your card game, digital card game, to have no art on some of the cards. So there's that. Ear-Splitting Rats. 4 mana, 2/1. Discard a card to regenerate it. When it enters the battlefield, each player discards a card. Okay. I have plenty to discard. It's like a Madness Enabler. It's from Judgment. I will discard Forest. And then my opponent can discard a card to regenerate. They discard Scattershot Archer, which kills flyers, or deals damage to flyers. Not something I'm worried about here. I think I have 1 flyer in my deck, and it does not die to 1 damage. Alright, nice curve here. We're going to go Shark to Crab into Rampage and Rendhorn. I can attack as well. Never seen this card before. And don't really need any more blue mana on board, so let's save the island. Might even play this with haste next turn, depending on what the attack looks like. Well, if I could only get Shark to Crab when I actually draft Ravnica Allegiance, that would be awesome. Also, looks like he has a little oven mitts on. Like he's going to help people. Dark Favor. +3/+1. When it enters the battlefield, you lose a life. Okay. Fine. So it's going to be a 6/5. Not super worried about that. I'm going to go ahead and take the hit. And opponent passes. Ooh, Captain. Captain my Captain. So I think I'm just going to play Rendhorn as a 5/5 and trade off with the Rhino. Are they going to regenerate? Yeah, I don't mind that. Could have also probably played this with haste and raced my opponent. They only have 8 damage on board. I don't think I'm dying. But again, Chaos Draft, you know, they might play like 2 mana. They might play Hatred or something like that, and then I'm dead. Alright, Woodlurker Mimic. If you cast a spell that's both black and green, it becomes a 4/5 until end of turn with Wither. That seems good. So they cast a multicolored Golgari spell, becomes a 4/5 Wither. Alright, I'm still going to put the Rampage and Rendhorn here in front, see if my opponent has tricks or anything like that. If not, cool trading off here. Wild Hunger. Well, that's a bad trick to run into because it still gets damage in. That costs red to flash us back, though. They're tapped out, so I'm gonna jam. They have 1 card in hand, and then just play Captain of the Watch. Could also go for, let's see, 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, that's not quite enough. Just thinking if I want to prey upon this turn or not. You know, actually, what I can do here is I can go ahead and Shark the Crab, get this up to a 5/5, stop this from untapping, and then just prey upon the Wood Lurker guy. Attack with both for 7, and then play Captain next turn. But I think playing Captain here is just fine as it is, so I'm going to attack with both and play Captain at the watch. They can't really go for a double block on Shark the Crab. They could double block this thing. Seems bad for them as well. Are they going to pitch their last card to prevent that damage? Oh no, they're just going to jump block. Okay. Well, hopefully they don't have Toxic Deluge or some nonsense. Boom, my best card. So we'll go ahead and chump here. Opponent played a Forest. Might need double green for something. Then they don't really need to sandbag lands anymore. Look at these angry little rats. Why are rats always so evil? Oh, that flavor text. Rats come in one amount too many. Alright, I'll block the Rhino. I'm not blocking the 2/1. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and activate Shark the Crab. Then we'll probably just prey upon the 2/1 to bait out a spell. Alright. Didn't have to show him prey upon. Nice. Okay. We saw, what, 4 spells from the opponent? So not really a lot of information to go on. Enough to know that Disorder's not great here. That Plague Wind's probably good against them. I'm going to make the same cut here as far as taking a land out. And then... oh god, this is ridiculous. They've got big creatures and combat tricks is the name of the game. Could see bring in Druid's Deliverance against that, especially if you have a token out. It's great. Not really anything else. Eternity Snare is fine as well. It's really expensive, but it stops a creature from untapping. Alright. Yeah, I think Eternity Snare is fine. I'm not really a big fan of cutting a land for a 6-drop, but we have 18 mana sources. Yeah, I like this hand. I like it quite a bit. Opponent mold to 6. And Scryed to the bottom. Alright, more ramp creatures would not be bad here. Because we're going to play Voyage and Thader. The sooner we can get Worldbreaker out, the better. And we might be able to use Resound and Roar here as a combat trick to keep our Satyr alive or something like that. Alright, cool. Leaf Gilder. So let's go Satyr first and then Leaf Gilder. Alright, still nothing from the opponent. Okay. Let's go ahead and attack for 1. Not playing anything else here. And gild some leaves. Be a turn 5 Worldbreaker. Opponent still playing nothing. We're not running into a sweeper of some sort. Alright, the island's cool, I guess. Gives us that Eternity Snare. This doesn't even tap the creature, right? It doesn't untap here. 6 mana. I'm going to attack with both. Not playing around combat tricks here. And we're going to play Worldbreaker next turn. Presumably. Alright, Ghostly Changeling's fine. 2 mana at the shade, basically. 2 mana, give it +1/+1. Oh, we could play Captain too. Still going to play Worldbreaker here, just set my opponent back 1 more land. Oh. You have to do Voyage and Satyr weird here. Alright. You also have to make sure you hit the untapped land, or the tapped land, otherwise it will try to untap an already tapped land. Yep. Alright. This is a cast trigger. Let's go ahead and pop a Forest. Tempting to hit a Swamp there, but they can still pump the same number of times, even if they play land next turn. So I'm not too worried about it. The rest of the text on this doesn't matter too much. It does have Reach, which I remember is something that people forgot about a lot. Kind of wish they had a sweet artifact or enchantment. They don't. Alright. I guess we got lucky this time after getting unlucky in the previous game. Alright, send World Breaker in and play Captain of the Watch. Opponent's making me nervous not doing anything. I'm still going to run my dudes out there. Are you a soldier? Are you a soldier? No. Alright, well, that was an anticlimactic second match, but that leaves us with match 3. We got completely destroyed in match 1, and then I think we dominated match 2, so let's see how match 3 goes. Should be a fair, even match based on the trend here. See you there. Alright, match 3 up against that person. On the play this time, with a nice hand, this is turn 3 Predator, turn 4 Rampaging guy. Both players keep 7. That's what I like. Both players keep 7. Faji's Canal? I'm sorry, man. I don't know. Red deck. I'm going to kill our Leaf Gilder. Twig as well. Ship it. Red-white. Wonderful. Mortar Pod. They're probably just going to kill Leaf Gilder here then. It's really annoying. So this says Living Weapon, and the equipment lets you sack the equipped creature to deal 1 to anything. So yeah, that's pretty fantastic for them. Going to go ahead and fetch up our island here. Play the island for turn. Alright, well that throws things off a lot for us. We're playing a much more fair game now. Turn 4 Predator, so just a Hill Giant into a turn 5 Reinhardt, so our opponent won't be under a lot of pressure. Mortar Pod's, I guess, decent against the tokens, but they're probably not going to want to sack a creature to kill them. Also, Sun-Colored, whatever this is, Raptor, kind of sucks. If they attack, I'll put my Kozilek's Predator in front of it. And they want to use their whole turn to trade and get a damage in. Leaves them open to the Rendhorn, smacking them with haste. I guess they didn't play a land last turn. What's the equip cost on this? 2? Yeah. Alright, well now they have basically no attack at all. Opponent's missing lands here. That helps us out a little bit. Get to jam in for 7. Yep. Haste it is. Boom, boom. Well, this game would have been super over if Leaf Gilder hadn't survived. Or had survived, I should say. Alright, drew land. Can't imagine they can use too much mana here. So they're probably going to have to cast something else. Really wish I put the mountain in my deck. It's come up a couple times. I would have been able to cycle this last game and cycle it this game. Alright, Skull Cleaver, so they're going to attack with a 4-2, or if they don't attack at all, it's just a 3-mana 2-2. Really? Alright, well, I'm not blocking. I guess I don't really need these. I can just do like that. Nah, I'm just not going to block. I'll take 5. Draw a whole bunch of crap. Good thing I have board presence. I don't think... I was going to say, I think the only spell I've drawn this game is Wanderer's Twig, which is mana. If one of these was a red source, I could have just won the game there. This would have been lethal exactly if I cycled it. Sack these for extra mana. Alright. Under pressure, opponent. Under pressure. This is now a 2-2. This was the card that taught me to fear aggro when I first started. Started in Theros. People would play like 3 or 4 of these Minotaur Skull Cleavers. Just decimate you. Come on, deck. Come on. I know I've got 17 lands in the deck, but geez. Alright, well, we've got Resounding Roar here, which is probably going to be fine. If they go for a double block on Kozilek's Predator or something like that, I'm not going to do anything hasty here. Oh, they pump this. I'll probably Resounding Roar to save it. Or I could Resounding Roar here and just kill them. That makes a little bit more sense. If they don't go for anything, I'm not going for the Resounding Roar either. So I assume they're just going to pump this. Hope I don't have anything, and unfortunately I will have something this time. If they don't try to do anything, I'm just going to let it all happen. Yep, pump. +3/+3. Good game. I guess not really good game. They are on 3 lands to my 7. They're going to sack to deal 1 to me or something here? Okay. It's like, are you activating? Alright, to the board. We get to cut a land here, which just haunts me. This has been pretty quick set of games, but still. Alright, Forced out, Mountain Inn. And then we can bring a spell in here. Against kind of aggro, I guess, is the name of the game. Not too much I actually want to bring in. Dazzling Reflection kind of sucks. Might just bring the Eternity Snare back in again. Till we know a little bit more about our opponent's deck. I'm sure cards like Watcher and the 5-mana 4/4 vanilla are going to be good. This hand is very slow. But it has all of our important colors, plus something really good to ramp into here. Wow, cut a land, still draw 6 lands. Ugh. I'm going to complain about it. If you're still listening, you know the Mana Flood, it tilts me, man. It tilts me. See if they play Mortar Pod. Be kind of annoying. But now it's Cavalry. 2 mana, 2/2 flanking. Okay, so basically just can't block it right now. I do need to draw a spell in between now and Ancient Silverback. It's not going to cut it. Especially assuming they just kill this or something. So I believe it's when I block this creature. Yeah, if I block this creature, my blocking creature gets -1/-1. So Leaf Gilder can never block this. This seems decent. Can't be blocked by other 2/2s. I will just trade off for Skullcleaver here, though. My opponent's playing like red-white aggro. Yeah, if I draw all lands, then, you know, it's going to suck, but I think I'm supposed to just take 6 here and be in the same situation next turn. I just gotta hope I don't draw all mana sources for the rest of this game. This is kind of ridiculous, though. I mean, this is happened every single match. Basically every game of every match. And it makes for some very unexciting magic. Drawing Shark to Crab would be nice. Three mana, 3/2. Alright, well, we did draw a good one there. Kozilek's Predator. Gets me the Ancient Silverback next turn, and I can trade off the Predator for this 3/2 or something like that. Unfortunately, I can't eat the Banalish Cavalry, because this will shrink down to a 2/2. But Predator was a good draw. Kind of hoping they use a removal spell on Predator, so they have less removal for Silverback. This can regenerate through most things. Grasp of the Aeromancer. Okay, well, guess that kind of messes up my plan a little bit. So this gives it +1/+1, and whenever it attacks, they get to tap one of my creatures. Still just going to take 6, I believe. Not throwing away my spawns here. I actually kind of need them, because I want to cast this with the regeneration up. Luminous Spawns or something would punish them pretty hard there. Yeah, the Grasp was one of those cards that was initially really underrated in Origins, and then it turned out to be just really good. Right? Is that my opponent's whole turn? They got something else here they're going to play? I'm going down to 10 this turn. Uncaged Fury. Alright. Opponent's just doming me for, what, another 5 damage. So I'm going to take a lot. I'm going to go down to 4. They might just have Burn Spell in their hand or something like that. Good to know about. Ooh, Sunlance. Straight up kill this? Yeah, I like that. It doesn't save me from them having a Burn Spell, but boom. And we will play the Silverback. Not gonna attack. Put on 1 card in hand. Hopefully it's not like Lava Axe or something stupid that just ends the game. But that would make sense why my opponent just ran out the Uncaged Fury there. Okay, well, that said, oh, it's Chandra's Fury. Alright, 4 damage target player, sure. Alright, so my opponent just had it and I had nothing. Like, fine, I guess that's a match. And I had everything against them in match 1, so I guess we get to play match 3 and hope that someone doesn't just stumble and we actually get to play Magic. Against Heir of the Pyromancer, Heir of the whatever. Druid's Deliverance is pretty good against combat tricks. Might bring this in. The Populate's not going to matter too much. It's straight up Fog, really, but it could be relevant here. Sylvan Bounty also relevant. Eternity Snare seems slow, so yeah, I'll bring in this weird Fog and see if we get run over again, or we do some running over. Like, a lot better being on the play here. I would love to play first. Alright, well, this is another one of those hands that's basically all mana. No interaction, no big creature to work towards, no draw spells, it's just nothing, really. I also can't even play turn 2 green spell. Unless I draw a forest off the top, which I don't want to. I think I want to upkeep this Wanderer's Twig. Nah, I can afford to draw green. Alright, Captain of the Watch. There we go. That's something to work towards. So we're going to sack this for a forest and pass. Void Generator seems better against our opponent than Leaf Gilder, since Mortar Pod cannot kill Void Generator. Nice. Playing this as a 1-1 is a lot less threatening than playing it as a 3-3. Alright, let's put the fear in our opponent. And take our hit from Stormblood. What is it, Berserker? I feel like it's a Berserker. This is 2 turns until Captain of the Watch. I would love to draw something next turn, obviously. See, they have the Minotaur here. Or they have something to suit up Stormblood Berserker. Scorchmark. Alright, well that does put a wrench in our plan. I think this opponent was in our pod. I remember seeing a lot of these cards. That was also a decent draw. I'm going to hold on to Sylvan Bounty here. I don't think I'm going to land cycle that one. Unless I completely flood out here, I don't think I need to land cycle it. The 8 life could matter a lot. If they don't kill Steward, then I get to play Captain. Alright, Petrovarch, 4 mana, 2/2. When it enters battlefield, exile target land. When it leaves the battlefield, sure. So really underpowered, it's going to go ahead and eat our red source probably, which doesn't matter too much. The red's not that important. And whenever this goes away, whenever this Nightmare Beast goes away, I get that land back. So I'm kind of fine with them putting a 4 mana 2/2 on the battlefield, even if it means I'm still a turn off from Captain of the Watch. And that thing has Menace, so I can't block it, but it's not really dealing that much damage. Oh, Rampage and Reinhardt. So it's interesting here. I don't think my opponent's going to block, but I kind of net even on the same amount of mana. If they block this and this dies and I get my land back, then I still have 5 mana. And I don't think they want to give me the red back, so I'm going to attack. If they kill it, sure, that's a little annoying. I won't be able to cast anything. But no, I'll be able to cast Rendhorn either way. Yeah, I think I just get to free roll that damage. I'm going to play this as a 5/5. So it doesn't die to Chandra's Fury. I'm not, or Chandra's Outrage, whatever it is. I don't think that even hits creatures. I think it's 4 damage to an opponent. I didn't fully read it there. 4 damage to target opponent and 1 damage to each creature they control. This card seems really annoying. Is it common? I can't tell the rarity. I think that sets Torment. I don't 100% know, but I don't think Torment really had rarity. They might change that online. Alright, Berserker coming back in. We're going to play Captain of the Watch next turn. It's pretty easy for a red-white deck to kill the actual captain, but it still gives you so much value. Oh, Fabled Hero. Whenever you target it, gets +1/+1 counter. It has double strike. Ooh, Moldervine Cloak. Okay. Still going to play Captain of the Watch here. I am going to jam with Rampage and Rendhorn. No point attacking with Steward since this is a double striker. And a pass. Is it a soldier? It's a soldier. What if we had a Fabled Hero and we could trigger Heroic? Probably at the point where we might be able to Alpha Strike this opponent. Kind of want to put Moldervine Cloak on this if I get the chance. Make it way harder for them to kill. Opponent does have 5 cards in hand, though. Embodiment of Fury. This is a good one. It's a 4/3 trample. Whenever they play a land, they can have basically a land become a 3/3 with haste for the turn. Nothing very wrong about it. Nothing super great about it. Alright, so I'm going to basic land cycle now for... Well, what am I doing this turn? I'm going to get an island with Sylvan Bounty. I'm at a pretty high life total. That's 1, 2. I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana, so I can play one of these, but not both. If I attack with Rampage and Rendhorn right now, and they want to block it, they have to trade at least 2 creatures. They could put Fabled Hero plus Stormblood Berserker, or Embodiment plus Stormblood Berserker. I think what I like is playing Stitch Mangler, tapping down the 4/3, and attacking with all of the... Basically this, this, and this. Well, not attacking with the Steward. Alright, let's get Island, play Stitched Mangler. Doesn't actually matter which one of these we tap down. It's not going to untap next turn. Yeah, I would rather if they want to double block the Rampaging guy to get rid of the 4/3 here. And I can attack with this at this point. If I attack with Captain, they're for sure trading off. So they get to eat 1 creature here and then figure out if they want to block the rest profitably or not. Or unprofitably. They can eat 1, trade off 1, and then this just has really no blocks. If they want to kill this, then they have to throw both Embodiment plus Stormblood Berserker in front of it. Yeah, this is kind of what I anticipated. And they're going to take 4, 9 down to 4. Get my mountain back, boy. Alright, any 2 of my creatures are lethal next turn. And they can go ahead and make a creature a land if they want. but that only stays a creature until end of turn. Okay. Sure. See what the opponent can muster up here. Don't think I'm dying, but if they do kill the captain, then I have a less lethal board. So, get to sit here and wait. Alright, turn to slag. Alright, yeah, they did in fact deal with the captain. But I think I still kill them. No, I don't kill them, but I can... let's see, if I go Moldervine Cloak on a soldier, they have to block this soldier plus Rampage and Rendhorn. I only get in 3, but that's fine. So they can trade this off for the soldier, chump block here, and then I can just get Moldervine Cloak back next turn. Yeah, I'll put it on a soldier and actually make the trade. I guess if I put it on Stitch Mangler, they just have to chump and I get in for 2. That's fine. Yeah. And then it's Fabled Hero and their cards versus my board, but I don't have to worry about dredging this next turn or anything like that. So, jam. Pretty straightforward blocks. These both get chump blocked. And they take 2. And now, again, any 2 of my creatures are lethal next turn. Unless they can kill me with Fabled Hero here, that'd be pretty impressive. Uncaged Fury. It already has Double Strike, though, so whatever. Petravarch. It's always weird seeing the border, too, on the old cards. Alright, Knight of Sorrows. That can block 2 dudes. They want me to take a screenshot of my opponent's Knight of Sorrows. Alright, so opponent, again, is not dead, because they can go block, which means there's no point throwing a soldier in. They get to just go ahead and eat 1. Actually, I think the attacker gets to choose... No, that's not true. Alright, we're going to go boom. Yo, I guess they do actually get to kill one of my guys here. But if they want to kill the soldier, they have to deal damage to the soldier, which means they're not dealing damage to whatever they're blocking with the Knight of Sorrows. So I think the soldier, one of the soldiers gets a free roll, the other one gets blocked and lives, I believe. Or I guess they could also go block here with Knight, and then block here and take 1. We follow up with the Lumen Grid Gargoyle. They're going to get the Spirit. I'm going to lose a soldier. They're going to be down to 1, and then they're going to be facing down 3 big monsters with a Spirit and a Fabled Hero. Yep. Alright, opponent. You're at 1. Here's another big creature. Another lethal creature. I mean, they can block it, but... Yeah, we saw a lot of these cards. We saw the Knight of Sorrows, we saw Stormblood. I don't remember seeing Embodiment, but Turn to Slag was definitely in our pod. Okay, don't think my opponent has a sweeper here. They have 2 cards in hand. I'm going to go ahead and block. See if they got something. And see what they can muster up. Alright, Uncaged Fury doesn't do too much. That's 8 damage right now. Alright. World Breaker. Alright, they didn't make me play through it. So, some very one-sided games. I guess that very last game was decent, right? But that's going to put my 4th 2-1 on the plate. My 4th one. I've done 4 Chaos drafts, and they've all been 2-1. So at least I'm netting even on play points, but I always seem to face somebody in round 1 who has like a really consistent good strategic deck, and that just seems weird for Chaos Draft. But we will be back with more Chaos Drafts. I'm jamming a bunch of these, and I'm going to hope to upload maybe one per day for the next couple days. So this will be number 3, and I don't know how many more I'm going to do, but it's going to be a good number. So I appreciate you sitting here watching my Chaos Drafts. They've been fun. You can get a little taste of my salt in round 1 if you want to go back and watch that again. And, feel free to like and subscribe to the channel here. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment below if you have something to comment, and stay tuned for more of these drafts, and be on the lookout for more arena content as well. My name's Timothy with Mana Rocks. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see y'all next time.